This is a wire drawing control system manufactured by OEM Design Services. It's for a 12-hole machine. The boot up screen comes up, gives you the job information and a description of the control. To access the production screen, we go to the button on the top line here, where this is an array of buttons for operator access. We go to the production screen, and here we have all the information for the motors that are operating. Blocks that are not running are blanked out. Block 3, Block 4, Block 9, and Block 11. They're not using it in this draft practice. The screen has all the operator controls needed to run the machine. We have a patterning motor on our take-up, on our down coiler. We can set the speed of that from here. We have a clean screen button. On the right side we have a Barcro style block with a turns counter, so it counts the wraps that are on the block. And you put a set point in and it'll regulate the number of wraps on the block. Down below to the right we have a weight control software package that isn't being utilized at this time. Bench blower enable disable button. We have buttons to increment and decrement the speed, and then we have the main control at the lower level here: stop, start, speed setting, and it gives a rate in pounds per hour. The die tolerance screen gives the operator an idea of how far out of tolerance the die is. We have a percent. The ratio is nominal 1.0, and you can see how far off the die has worn at this point. The die values are located in the upper block for that window. The bar graph indicates from 0.8 to 1.2 what the trim is to get that block to maintain dancer position. We have some maintenance screens that are accessible by the operator. They can check for switches if they think a switch isn't working right. It's green when it's on, it's red when it's off. The gray means it's an unused PLC input. On the output end, we have solenoids, we have beacons, we have starters. These starters are all integrated in the PLC, and we have current draw, which is shown for the given starter. We also have some starters on the right side here for elevator up and down, the coiler caps and fans, heat exchanger pump, and the block caps and fans. If any alarms occur, they use the reset alarm button. We also have a space over here on the right next to the production button, and the button is off right now because the line's running. It allows the operator to do the setups, the die entry, to enable blocks, and once the line is running, it's not accessible. We have a maintenance screen, and in the maintenance screen we will be able to gain access by entering a username and password, and hit the button again, and we're into the page, the maintenance page. Here you can set the accel decel rates for the machine. When you make a speed change, your accel rate in this case is 200 seconds from 0 to full speed. The decel rate's 50.5 seconds. The e-stop rate is set for 10 seconds. That's a quick stop. We also have a quick stop button on the screen, which provides equivalent of an e-stop for the system. Down here we have a pound scaler, and that just sets the scaler for the pounds per hour display. We have a dancer page, and you can see the red ones means that particular block is disabled at that time, but it gives you the position and percent and all the calibration data necessary to run the unit. The snarl just happened, so the machine slows down to 500 feet a minute in order for them to clear it. As it's happening, the Barcro block's stripping down. The operator clears it, restarts it again, and he's off and running. We'll go back here to the setup PW page. Now this one The operator has a reduced version of this. Allows them to enter the dies, turn the blocks on and off. As you can see on the left, the buttons, when they're green, it means the block's enabled. When it's red, the block is off. This also provides you with all the trims for the dancer control gains, and then the high-low limits for the alarms, for the ratio alarms, for the die tolerance calculator. And then it gives you the accel rate for the drive, for each individual drive as it's jogged. We also have jog buttons to the right side that allow you to manually jog it from the screen. Let's go back to the maintenance. We have the digital ins again. This is the same screen we had on that the operator had access to. The digital outs. We have the ability to control the outs from the screen. The operator cannot control them. All he can do is monitor them. And then we have a separate starter page, and the starter page allows us to jog any one of the starters by themselves. It also allows us to jog the patterning motor, and that pretty well covers the operation of the machine. And you can see he's ramping back up. So he cleared the snarl and he's ramping back up again. That's the operation of our system. We also have here an alarm screen. Gives us individual messages for the drives, and the alarm table down below, which gives you the time and the faults.